Hey guys, this is a beginner flow. You don't need any props, and we'll get started lying down on our back in constructive rest position. When you make your way onto your back, bend your knees and have your feet about hip distance apart. Take your arms off to the sides and face your palms up. Start to connect with your breath. Nice, smooth inhales and exhales in and out through your nose. And just notice where the breath naturally flows. How for most of us it tends to flow into the front ribs. Let the breath flow into the side ribs and into the back ribs as well. So perhaps the breath feels a bit more three-dimensional. We'll get started with linking breath and movement together on our backs here. As you exhale, you're going to bring your tailbone up towards the ceiling and flatten your low back into your mat. And as you inhale, overarch your low back and send your pubic bone forward. Exhale, tuck and lift the tailbone up. Inhale, overarch and send your pubic bone forward. Last round. Exhale, tuck under. And then inhale, reach your pubic bone forward and overarch your low back. Now find a happy medium between the two. So you're going to find a neutral spine, which for most of us will be a little bit of a lift in the low back. And you'll do your best to kind of keep that as you bring your right knee in towards your chest. Maybe even grab the back of the right thigh. And then you'll send the left leg forward. We'll add a little ankle roll. So roll your ankle out clockwise. And then counterclockwise. Bring your left hand to the top of the left thigh and encourage the left side of your body to stay down. Gently begin to open your right leg off to the side without letting the left side roll up and go along for the ride. So you're going to keep that left side rooted down. That left hand is there to remind you to keep that left side down, and you're opening the right leg to the side. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders, then come back up and switch sides. Bring your left knee in, stretch the right leg forward along your mat. And let's do little ankle rolls. Roll your ankle. And then let's switch the direction, going the other way. Okay. Right hand will come onto the top of your right thigh. It's going to kind of keep that thigh there for you as you start to open the left leg over to the side. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Come back to center and hug both knees in toward your chest. Okay, then come back into this constructive rest position and find your neutral spine again. So you have a little bit of a curve in the low back. And imagine like you could draw the front ribs in as if you're wearing a corset. Okay, then without letting your hips or your shoulders twist, take your right leg up into tabletop and then the left. Again, without letting your hips twist, send the right leg forward at an angle. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders, and then bring it back in. Then send the left leg forward at an angle, and then bring it back in. Let's add the arms. Reach the arms, palms are going to face toward one another. Send your right leg forward, and then the left arm back. Come back up. Left leg forward, right arm back. Come back up. And one more on each side. Right leg forward, left arm back. Come back up. Left leg forward, right arm back. Come back up. And bring your knees in towards your chest. Set your feet back down, but this time take them almost as wide as your mat. Take your arms wide like a T shape, and you let both knees go over to the right gently. Come back to center and let both knees go over to the left. Come back to center. Bring your knees in toward your chest. Make your way up onto your hands and knees. You can either rock and roll up and down your back a few times, or you can roll over to a side. Okay. And then come on to all fours. Once on all fours, we'll take cat-cow. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, push the ground away and round. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, push the ground away and round. Inhale, pull your heart forward. And exhale, round. Come to a neutral position. Then send your right leg back. From your inner thigh, lift the right leg up, doing your best not to overly arch your lower back. Then when you're ready, take that left arm forward. Thumb's going to face up. Your arm will be in external rotation, which means the outer arm is wrapping down and the inner arm is lifting up. Set your left hand down, send your right knee down. Take your left leg back and lift the leg up from the inner thigh. Doing your best not to back bend in your low back here. Add the right arm forward, thumb's going to face up. Take another full breath in. Set your hand and your knee down. We'll add a little twist. Bring your left hand behind your head. Inhale, open to the left. Exhale, elbow is going to come to the inside of your arm. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow towards your inner arm. Inhale, open. Pause here. Stretch the left arm out and come onto that left shoulder. Thread the eye of the needle. Your right hand can stay where it is, or you can walk the fingertips forward. If your arm is stretched out, bring it back in. Come back into tabletop position. Take your right hand behind your head. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow towards your inner arm. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow towards your inner arm. Inhale, open. Pause. Stretch the arm out. thread the eye of the needle. Come onto that right shoulder. Left hand can stay where it is, or you can walk your fingertips forward. Slide your left hand back in. Come into tabletop position. Turn your hands out just a little bit and make sure your hands are at least shoulder distance apart. Then step your right foot back, left foot back, plank position. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Okay, in your down dog for today, bend your knees. And one handprint at a time, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Bend your knees a lot. In fact, so much so that your front ribs touch your thighs. Grab opposite elbow and let your torso drape over your legs. Then grab the opposite elbow, continue to hang. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Okay, come to the center of your mat. Take your feet wide. And then take your arms wide as well. Okay, I like to measure out my wrist all the way down to my ankles. It's kind of like about how wide you want your feet. Once you have that, bring your hands to your hips, turn the left toes in, and then turn the whole right leg open from deep within the hip socket. Bend your right knee, coming into Warrior 2. Take your arms wide. Now in your Warrior 2, that back hip's going to come along for the ride so that the center of your right hip, the center of your right knee, and the center of your right ankle are all facing forward. You can take the gaze over your right fingertips. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your leg, parallel your feet, and then you're going to turn the right toes in, turn the whole left leg out from deep within the hip socket. Bend your left knee, Warrior 2. Take your arms wide, and your gaze will go over your left fingertips. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your leg, parallel your feet. We'll do one more. Okay, so you'll turn the left toes in, turn the right leg out. Warrior 2 again, bend that knee, take your arms wide, extended side angle. So we're adding on forearm to your thigh. You'll take the top arm up, then spin the palm forward, reach it over your head. Side angle, so you'll see there's an angle from my left wrist all the way down to my left heel. Back to Warrior 2. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your leg, parallel your feet. Turn the left toes out as you rotate that right foot in. Okay, come into Warrior 2. Take your arms wide. Extended side angle, forearm to your thigh. Top arm's going to reach up, spin the palm forward, reach it over your head. Your gaze can either be down, it can be off to the side. Eventually, your gaze will go up. Come back up to Warrior 2. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your leg, parallel your feet. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold forward. Bring your fingertips down, bend your knees. And fold all the way down. You'll walk your hands back. Let the head go. Soften the neck. Reconnect to your breath. Inhale, come up halfway, so you'll come onto your fingertips. Bring your hands to your hips, strong legs, strong middle. Come all the way up. Step your feet together and come back to the front of your mat. Mountain pose. I like to have my feet hip distance apart. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway and bend your knees. Take a big step back with your left foot. Set your left knee down. Then bring your hands onto your right thigh, upright your chest. Take your arms out in front of you. Face the palms toward one another. Inhale, reach your arms up. As the arms reach, wrap the outer arm forward and release the inner arm back. Take another full breath in here. Reach up a little bit higher. Exhale, hands come down. Left hand can go flat, or you can be on your fingertips. Take your right arm up. Okay, lower your right hand down. Tuck your back toes under. Lift the back knee up and step forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Bend your knees. Big step back with your right foot. Set your right knee down. Point your toes back and bring your hands onto your left thigh. Upright your chest. Take your arms out in front of you. And inhale, reach your arms up. Outer shoulders wrap forward. Inner arms release back. External rotation of the arms. Take another full breath in. Get a little bit taller. And hands come down. You can be on your right palm or on your right fingertips as the left arm goes up. Twist. Bring your left hand down. Tuck your back toes under. Lift the back thigh up. Step it forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees. Plant your hands. Step back to plank position. Set your knees down and lower all the way down onto your belly. Once you are on your belly, take your arms out like a cactus. Okay, point your toes back. Press into the tops of the feet, straighten your knees, and lift the inner thighs up. As the inner thighs lift up, take your tailbone towards the backs of your knees so there's slight engagement in your low belly. And then you're going to lift the head, lift the wrist, and lift the elbows up. The little cactus. Okay, see if you can work on bringing your wrists a little bit higher than your elbows. Spread the shoulder blades. Keep the legs active. And release. Now slide your arms by your sides. Elbows are going to be about shoulder distance apart. Okay, and then inhale, lift the head, lift the shoulders, lift the chest. Keep your legs really strong. Imagine as if you could drag your mat back by pushing down into your hands and pulling them back behind you. You see how my chest kind of pops forward. Take another full breath in and release. Take your arms down by your sides, bend your knees, and you'll just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Okay, come back to center, release, and roll over onto your back. Have your feet down, knees bent. Cross your right ankle over your left knee for ankle to knee. This could be plenty. Okay, so just having this figure 4, or you could bring that left thigh closer to you, grab the back of the left thigh or the front of the left shin. Release and switch sides. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh, stay here, or bring the right thigh closer, grab the back of the right thigh or the front of your right shin. One side may be totally different than the other, and that's perfectly normal. Few more breaths here. Okay, release. Uncross your legs, hug your knees in toward your chest. Stay here or take happy baby. Reach through the inner knees and grab the outside edges of your feet. Release. Take Shavasana, final rest position. You could take the regular classical Shavasana when the legs are straight, flopped open, arms out by your sides. Or you can bend your knees, take your feet as wide as your mat, and let the knees knock in like a little teepee toward one another. Close your eyes. Let go of any tension you may be feeling. Make your next breath just a bit more full. Start to invite movement back into your fingers, your toes. As long as it's okay in your low back, reach your arms overhead and stretch your legs forward. Get really, really long. Bend your knees. Roll over to your right side. Use that right arm like a little pillow for your head, and the left arm will just go in front of you. And then you'll press down into the left hand to come all the way up to seated. Close your eyes. Sit up tall. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. If you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if there's anything that you'd like to see on my channel, you can comment below. Thank you. Have a good one.